ours is a crazy place in oh so many ways. Let's try to make some sense of it on Spiritfolk Saturdays.
Welcome to the weekly 3 and 10 base podcast, Spiritfolk Saturdays! Today we're here to talk about parts 34 and 35 of the Big War arc. I'm your host, Elfy, Spirit of Sparkling Flamboyant Demon Man. Joining us this week are Dark,
Spirit of Let's Go Home,
Molly,
Spirit of oh, I didn't see you there,
Asthore,
Spirit of literally tabletopping a god,
and Willow.
Spirit of, oh my god, Marcus is too hot. No pun intended.
Alright, so we have to talk about last week's episode, but we'll probably be really quick about it because it's not nearly as exciting as this week's episode.
It's too good.
We found out that Aaron is also a Zelveta, and it was really funny because I was watching it and I was like, oh god, Aaron is a Zelveta, and then Kat was watching it later and she goes, Aaron's a Zelveta? Like, completely independent of what I said?
Zelveta.
So apparently that's just the term now.
last week's
Aaron
episode
became
was
the
called
Zelveta.
last week's episode is Don't Become the Zelveta. This is kind of
Yeah. And now
Aaron
it's
became
like,
the Zelveta.
and now it's like that one SpongeBob where it's like, you're a Zelveta and you're a Zelveta. Are there any other Zelvetas I should know about?
Well, Ash tried to make it seem like Marcus was, but that's this episode. So.
Yeah.
And
Oh
Thog
god!
threw her in the river.
And
I'm
he
gonna
rolled
do
his
what Ash
crit.
should have done in the first place.
Can she swim?
He throws her in the river.
Was that the crit?
Tell me she swim.
I'm sure she's fine.
Well, Gregor
Probably
can
not
swim.
too deep.
Gregor can swim, so
Yeah.
presumably Aaron can swim.
He's got the stance of the swishy fish.
There was a tweet Jay made that was like, things are always better when Thog crits, and I choose to believe that was when he crit.
Yeah, when he caught the. Yeah.
It'd be great.
And Zeke is a spirit of violence. Which explains a lot, actually.
It explains everything.
That's an interesting...
Explodes into the Bell Ripper.
That's something kind of interesting is that he's a half spirit, but he still has like a domain. Like he's a spirit of violence.
Well, he is like the son of a greater spirit, so it would make sense that he'd get a domain too.
Yeah, but it's kind of like
he would be like a
how do spirits like inherit domains? Like, is it possible for the kid of a spirit to have the same domain
or similar?
I remember I emailed Jay about this one time. He said it can vary a bit what kind of powers a half spirit will get depending on what the parent spirits had, but like it can be different, but it's not going to be like the complete opposite. So like if Tenway's a spirit of mastery, it kind of
Kyron is a spirit. Kyron is the spirit of mastery. We don't know what Tenway was the spirit of.
I'm a confused person. Never mind.
Oh, that reminds me. I made fun of Vita for this, but I love how no one knows how to spell Tenway's name, so they just kind of approximate it. T-N-U-I. Yeah, they spelled it T-E-N-W-E, and I was like, that is a good guess, but Jay is not that easy.
No.
Oh yeah, and then the Horvin fight.
Yeah.
I mostly just said it was a bunch of Dragon Ball references.
Horvin's
I
mini boss.
think there was a Final Fantasy reference in there. That's what Kat
yeah,
said.
there was. Yeah, the joke about dying and you're going down. I think that was it.
It was like, I'm going to push you over or something.
Yeah, it was something like that. And then Gregor quoted it. It was like, "Go, Marcus! Don't be pushed down like the rest of us." And
it was a good fight. It was kind of like a short fight, but it was a good fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially because the actual
Horvin's
solution
so
to that actual solution to that fight was get your enemy drunk. On magic specifically.
They're all just bumping into each other.
You fight the spirits with spirit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good solution.
Question, though. I have this very important question, though. Why is it that it's not getting all the people drunk, all the humans drunk? Because in back in Shrouded Isles, like at the very end, people were getting drunk off the fog apple extract. I mean, like Marcus took one sip and he was smashed.
My guess is because it's you're smelling it, so it's like it's not as strong when it's gaseous, but it's so strong that it can still affect spirits, while it might not necessarily be able to affect humans as easily.
I guess that makes sense. Gregor holding his breath when the mist is going around.
Okay, but
It's so
Kira got
cute.
drunk. Kira got drunk on it.
It doesn't necessarily
I think he
imply
took
to.
a swig or something.
Yeah, he took a swig of it, or he probably drank some before he got there, because I can't imagine it's very easy to walk around when you're in incredible pain, and alcohol tends to dull that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Damn.
We also need to touch on very briefly Inian's poor facsimile of an Eldritch Blast that she told Fog not to tell Marcus about.
See, that I've got a question about that, actually. Like, if it's as close to an Eldritch Blast as she can get, how does gaining new spells work in here? How does...
Well, Inian's talked about in the past how, she has very low magic battery. She's extremely adept at spells. She can learn new spells from people very easily, obviously, at least just by observing them. It doesn't necessarily imply that it's as close as she can get so much as it is something that resembles an Eldritch Blast. Perhaps more practice, she'd probably be able to get it much closer. But... Because that's the thing, is that her and Colvin are like polar opposites. Colvin does not have a very large magic battery, but he can cast an extremely powerful spell that could do a lot of things. No, it's the other way around. He has a very large magic battery.
He can do all the things.
Yes, but he has only a single
many
spell. While Inian does not have very much magic battery at all, but she's extremely adept at new spells and diversifying what magic she can learn. Like, she she made up Minimize by observing Marcus using Enlarged Person.
Like, I find that weird still, because, like, Reduced Person is a thing, and Marcus has used it, it's just Indian hasn't seen it. So why did they call it Minimize and not Reduced Person?
I mean, it's kind of an independent of thing. Like, just because two people have the same idea doesn't mean it's going to manifest in the same way. Like, Minimize seems to be a much stronger version of the spell.
I guess.
And also, maybe she doesn't know, like... I was gonna say she doesn't know Reduced Person. Maybe she doesn't, like, see it as the same spell. She might achieve it in a different manner, but have been inspired by the use of Enlarged Person. Like...
Another thing. During the fight with Horrivan, how he had all of those summoned spirits. Could Narn have just tried to eat them?
Probably.
Couldn't that have happened?
Didn't they say they were like, when Torvin was channeling the magic, they were like, I want them. So yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they said that.
But why? Why didn't they try to at least? That would have ended the fight a lot quicker.
I think Narn is kind of respecting the group's not totally being comfortable with the fact that he eats spirits.
They.
So, like... They, sorry. So they're kind of holding back on it. Like, when... In the earlier fight with the Phobiast, Narn didn't go after the any of the spirits until Ash gave them permission.
True.
I found that
That makes
really
sense.
cute somehow.
Well, I
Just
mean, they...
Ash ordering them to spirit.
That was really weird. Also, despite all this, Narn's goal was to break the seal, but they're very clearly not going to break the seal. So, I mean, there's some leverage there in whatever way. Like, either be it that they want to maintain a good relationship with the group and don't feel like fighting them again, or whether their goals have changed, or what. Also, apparently...
I think it's just become there's just too much trouble.
Yeah. Apparently, it seems like Jin cracked the seal but did not break the seal, is what I understand it to be. Because, like, the seal is still there. There aren't... The other clan spirits aren't there, sadly, which is annoying because I wanted to know what they look like, but...
There's not a... I'm trying to remember the exact phrasing we used when we talked about the possibility back during the first Narn fight. What was it, like a volcano of wisps or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Yeah.
We don't have the giant Wispzilla or whatever we're calling it.
Wispzilla.
Yeah. No horrific amalgamation of spirits all crammed together because they were stuck underground for so long.
Like a literal spiritomb. Like the Pokemon.
Pokemon's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also Fury being like anyone able to the ability to erase larger constructs. And then it just waits very patiently. She's like, alright, I'll do it then.
I love Fury so much.
I love Fury.
Fury is so great.
I like that she and Batty are friends.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like when
Also,
she
Batty's one fearless motherfucker.
well, yeah.
It's Batty.
Right.
I like how like Fury's just politely asking, so if there's anyone who can help me with this, that would be great. And then she's not really faced all by anyone who, not being able to help.
I like how there seems to be like 0.1% passive aggression there. Like, okay, then I'll do it. Like,
Yeah,
because all of you are worthless. It's all up to me.
yeah.
They're basically the meat shields. Come on.
Yeah. Every good team needs a meat shield.
Yeah,
Every good team has at least a few meat shields.
Yes.
this is also true.
In Thrilling Intent, they're known as imps and occasionally Gregor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Gregor.
Gregor was the first meat shield.
Yeah, the group is a really strong, like, golden trio of DPS, tank, and healer with all those, like, variation specs into more DPS.
Mm-hmm. Are we done talking about the last week's, or are we on to this week's now?
I think we're on to this week's now.
Okay.
Let's go.
Because okay, so there's a weird thing with Fury when Gregor kind of got re-exploded because I guess midnight hit.
I think it's more that because they're, like, she said that he's a familiar of hers, I think that they're kind of tied together, like, magically.
Mhm.
So that's why when he took a very bad wound, she took a very bad wound.
No, remember back when Gregor got kind of exploded by Kirlos's Doom Arrow?
Yeah.
Or Doom Bolt? There was Fury made him her familiar, and she said, by the way, you're going to have to find a real healer before midnight, otherwise it's all just gonna come back on you again.
Yeah, but we don't know that if midnight hit or not. Like, I think it would be very odd timing for midnight to hit just as the two of them were both taking, like, just as Gregor took this mortal wound, and then the exact same thing happened to Fury at the same time. Especially because Gregor, well, not in the best shape, was in significantly better shape than he was.
That's true.
Like, Ash had done a fair bit of healing to him.
The spirit exploding helped him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But Fury said before she passed out, I hope Gregor found a real healer, so I thought that meant, like, midnight hit and...
Well, that was because she was collapsing, so she wasn't going to be able to support him being alive.
Yeah, like, he just
And
lost
so
a leg. She
she
just
was
lost
out
a
of
leg.
time.
Yeah.
Is it the entire leg that's missing, or part? 'Cause if it's the entire leg, Buddy's gonna bleed out pretty badly.
Well, I mean, Gregor has his leg back. So I'm going to say presumably Fury does as well? I don't know.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
At the very least, Batty's probably good at field... I forget the word.
Being a field medic.
Yes, thank you.
I still think it's really cute that, like, she fell over and Batty was, like, immediately running over to help her. Like, that's really cute.
You're so gay.
Girlfriends. They're girlfriends now.
Like, half
Yes.
the characters in this arc, it's like, I don't care who you're gay with, you're just gay. It's fine.
Oh yeah, I have the note of Horriban being like,
You're gay,
Zeke,
and you're gay,
like-
and you're gay, and you're extremely gay.
Harold, they're lesbians.
I have a note that was, everyone is gay for Zeke, because Horriban was like, You were my first friend after Zeke.
Yeah,
I'm like,
my first friend since
Aw.
Zeke.
Aw.
Good shit.
I hope we know that Horvin is like alive, so I hope he and Zeke like make up.
Will Horvin ever get the guitar back? The fancy
I
guitar
know!
thing.
Yeah.
He hasn't
where
had
are
a
his
Spanish
minstrels?
guitar
Where are his
since,
magic
like-
minstrels?
He hasn't had Spanish guitar since like Gods Are Gone,
Yeah.
and it's a shame.
Mhm.
I feel like that would make Onorhant a bit more bearable, just having the guitar.
I like in one of the live streams they acknowledge it that it's like the music is coming from him. Like it's not in the world, it's him. Because like when he looks in the window during romance, the music is like muffled by the window pane.
He's got
Wait.
a little like pocket minstrel. Just
So that would mean that he's probably got a spirit folk buddy
Yeah.
who just his only job is to play music whenever Horvin's around, and I guess they decided to cut and run after everything went to hell.
Probably.
that's great.
Horvin, it's good with resources. Good job, Horvin.
Yes, excellent use of your resources.
See, the thing
That just
is that
means
you've
there's-
confronted him about it. He'd be like, well, of course, all good heroes have, like, a music, backup track, a dramatic backup track.
That just means there's a spirit
hero
just wandering
score.
around somewhere,
What they usually
just-
call.
playing or just making the Spanish guitar noises.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's also, I don't know if anyone else noticed, but this week's episode, I don't know if this was on purpose, didn't have an intro. Like, there was none of
Yeah,
the
it
usual
didn't have an
Oh
intro.
yeah.
splash screen. Like, I assume that's on purpose, because it was actually kind of, like, startling just to, like, cut right into the episode.
Big boss
But
fight, no time. for
Later, when you go back to watch it, it sort of makes sense.
Yeah. It was just like, when I was watching it, when I opened it, it started playing, I'm like, there's something missing here. Like, something felt really distinctly off. And I was like, oh.
I actually didn't notice.
Oh,
I also love when this episode is very strong evidence of it, but I love when Jay sets someone up for like a good one-liner. Like when
my
when
God.
Jin made the comment of like your afterlife belongs to me, I'm like, I know what exactly Marcus is going to say, and then Marcus said it and I was like, yep, perfect.
I love it when Ash got the one-liner, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm bringing back what I said before the last time she got to be awesomely petty sassy. All hail Aisling, queen of the petty sass.
Faust is a motherfucker, but I respect him. like the second it cut to her about to say something, I was like, I know what she's going to say, and then she said it, and I was like, oh my god, I cannot believe.
I'm sorry, Jin. I didn't see you there.
I cannot believe they fucking tabletoped a god.
I can't believe it worked.
Honestly, it was
It
too
never
perfect.
worked.
It's too perfect an opportunity for it not to have worked.
I guess, yeah.
I love that they all, like, everyone almost died, like, 4 times, and all it took to take down Jin was to fucking tabletop him into the seal, and then the fight was over.
I do love that Jackson actually did that little animation.
The animation
for, like,
was
Jin falling,
perfect!
and like the look
Yeah,
on
it
his
was
face, it was
gorgeous.
Pretty good.
beautiful.
I loved that when he falls, I love that it, like, cuts with, like, the black comes up over the screen, like, it cuts off the rest of
Yeah.
it. And then I love that there's actually, like, a moment of pause before it cuts to Ash, and the animation is, like, half of what sells it. Just getting a look at her face.
It's so great.
Like, oh my god.
The king has been killed. Time to take over the castle.
yep. We get epilogue.
Yes, we have. It only took, because this is, like,
1:30.
Oh, what is it, 140 something? 147? It only took 92 episodes to get through the entirety of Onorhant. A year and 10 months.
148.
Yeah, a year and
Wow.
10 months. Because the first episode was 57. And the last episode is going to be 149.
We're
That is so
finally
close to
almost
100.
I
It's
know.
hilarious.
It is
Almost over.
outrageously close to 100 episodes, and I cannot believe it took this long.
We can taste the end.
We're almost free.
I said it in the
We can see
comments.
Note again.
I said in the comment I left on this episode, but I feel like the entirety of Honor was worth it for this episode. Like, it was really good. This entire episode was really, really good, and it was like 40 minutes of nothing but awesomeness and like excitement and answers and questions.
And more answers.
And more questions, because, like, Gregor saw Erin briefly. She had the cut on her lip, but her face was not scarred.
I mean,
Yeah, she was.
we
I think
finally
she
got
was like,
confirmation that, like, yes, he does know Erin. He does actually recognize her. Like, as he saw her before. I guess he still doesn't know that she's got, like, the horrible scar on her face.
I think Jay said a blue cloak, which is, she doesn't wear a cloak, so I assume that's our fault for calling her blue cloak.
Yeah, probably.
Hold on.
And the seeing her and Fury in relation to Narn probably implies that Erin is in fact, like,
In weird pseudo friendship pact, which I'm still very worried about because Narn just makes it so creepy.
not pseudo-friendship, actual friendship.
being
I still use air
pals.
quotes.
I assume that being friends is with, like, Narn is, like, a give and take kind of thing, where it's like, okay, we're friends, so now you have to help me out. Because the gang doesn't owe enough people already. Like, they owe Max a new Leggins Eye. They owe
Technically, they owe Inian Leggins Eye because Max stole it. Well, he had Colvin steal it from Inian.
It was stolen
Rune
from the
Carvers.
Rune Carvers Guild, not Inian. And they owe Rat something at some point, even though Rat has disappeared for like a good 20 episodes.
They did owe Colfus a new home, but Colfus is dead. So
That doesn't really matter anymore.
When did that happen?
With everyone else who got hit by Horrivan's blast from his sword, I forgot about that.
Oh no!
It's a shame.
Like, if a character hasn't shown up, like, after that, they're presumed dead. So everyone in that group is probably dead. I forget who else we're missing. I know it was Roland.
Island.
Oh, yeah, and Ballast McGee.
No one mourns Ballast McGee.
And Roland. I still think it'd be funny if, like, another person in a hat shows up who's, like, Ballast McGee's, like, cousin or something, and it's just this continuing, ongoing line of people who
They
continue
all
to hate
hate Marcus.
Yeah.
The McGees are a long and strong lineage.
A
Yes.
proud and
tradition.
noble line of hat wearers.
How they managed to find someone to procreate with, no one knows.
Let's see what else is on the list. Also, the verse, which came up with Gregor's pact with Narn. There was that old post that we don't really talk about because it's kind of weird that we know about it, that talked about the Zeth and mentioned the verse. And the verse, as far as, like, is probably understood, is, like, the world is made up of words, which is what Gregor saw and which is what Ash saw when she poked them in the eye and the entire world, like, gave her a panic attack. And
Oh,
that's,
yeah.
like, during the spell
Sensory
stream,
overload.
that's what, like, the ghost of the shadow of Narn, that's what they use to, like, cast spells, is, like, letters popped up in the cipher language, and then they would do things. Which is presumably them affecting the world. And is presumably basically exactly also how spell speakers work.
That would make sense.
So,
Yeah.
Trying to remember a thing from one of the earlier episodes. It was Deck of Disasters. I know that when they were in Muggersville, basically.
oh yeah, and there was the line about Ash
You know the
knowing
language of unmaking or something like that?
yes.
Damn.
And there's also the line from Narn when Marcus goes Super Saiyan about, "It is a pleasure to be working with another verse unbound." So,
Oh man.
don't exactly know what unbound means in this reference. Presumably unbound by the verse, as in, like, not I don't know how to
Not
put what I'm saying.
adhering to its rules, maybe. That's how I took it. That it doesn't abide by the rules of the verse, whatever that means.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then to
The
clarify,
universe.
and then to clarify, it's verse, which I presume means like verse is in like speaking, like verses of a poem, not verse like short for universe. But I guess it could double as such.
I mean, Jay or somebody mentioned that the TI universe does have a name and it's not really like revealed yet. And I was wondering if maybe verse could be it, because I mean, it's kind of a double entendre, isn't it? Like verse as in speaking words and verse as in universe.
Well, it's definitely a double entendre for that. I don't know if it would be the name of the planet, because then someone at least would have recognized it. Like, Marcus knows what it is. It's just never come up.
Oh, yeah.
Marcus knows a lot of things that have never come up.
Yes.
Oh yeah, can Marcus turn this off, or is he like stuck like this?
I presume he can turn it off.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask that. He looks so cool. I am so mad at Jackson. He looks too cool.
He went from like vanilla bean to this.
I like that the description for like how it happened is basically he embodied iconoclasm.
Yeah.
Which is badass.
You are
Also,
the
his
spell.
transformation
The
changed
spell
his
is
clothes.
you.
Yeah.
I
He
guess
now
he
has
really
a
is a
lower
god player
neckline.
now.
I desperately want to do, I still want to figure out a way to do a drawing that like embodies the saying from, with Marcus and then maybe here's Dad, of like, I came to this land an ignorant mage who thought himself to be a slayer of gods. Because that is one of my favorite TI sayings. Because it sounds so badass, except this time Marcus actually kind of gets away with it.
Because he did come to this land and he did slay a god.
Yeah.
So
that would make a really cool picture.
I know! I need to figure out a way to do it. I don't know.
Okay, now
how
you got
yet.
me wanting to do something with it. Thank you.
Too bad. I'm sniping it from you. Ha, there, snipe.
Fight
Dibs.
me.
Dibs.
Fight me.
Dibs.
whoever can draw it first, and then we'll get two.
I have to
Is that a
figure out.
challenge?
Yeah.
I have to figure out what I want to do with it, because I have a cool mental image, but I feel like it'd be really lackluster if I did it that way. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna have to prevent myself from going on for like a literal hour about Marcus's design because I fucking love it.
Just looks so cool. He looks so cool. His hair has an ombre. It's so cool.
His hair is almost the pen flag colors. It's like really, really, really close.
It's fitting.
It's close enough.
So fitting.
And he's got like glowing like nail polish, even though he's described with claws. No, he has glowing nail polish. Don't try it, Marcus.
I think that was Jay and Jackson had an argument over what constitutes claws.
He's got like Hades hair, and I love it, or like Ghost Rider hair. And
Yes,
His belt buckle pisses me off.
I love his belt buckle. It turned into his initials.
It's so stupid, but I wouldn't put it past him.
I love it.
Right?
And his cape is actually like the thing that I always like when I did like drawings of like what if Marcus went full demon, and I was like, I want a gargoyle's like cape, and I want his wings to also be his cape, and both of those things are in this drawing, and I love it.
it's so cool. I can't handle it.
And he's
I'm
got
gonna die.
like the cape kind of like it's like peacock-ish, like it looks like feathers.
Yeah.
And his hair is really cool, and his tail is like all colorful, and I love Marcus
He's
Velafi
the
with
most
all of my
gorgeous
heart.
shade of blue.
Yes, I love Marcus Velafi with all my heart.
Do you think anything happened to his little vestigial wing stubs?
I think those are his wings. Like,
The little bat wings that are folded
They got
over.
injected with awesome.
that reminds me,
finally fly.
I need to add Marcus to the crowning moment of awesome for the TI TV tropes.
They may have just been winging it with the design. I had to do something. I had to make some kind of joke.
No, and also no.
I'm morally obligated.
Thank you.
That's okay. I forgive you.
Yeah. Anyway, Marcus Velafi is like the literal best, and I will fight people. Like,
I will also fight people.
like I want to get a TI tattoo, and I already have what I want in mind. And now I'm like, is there a way I can get one from Marcus? Because I love Marcus so much.
You can get horns and a devil tail over an eldritch blast.
We'll see. I like how Jin was just very mad. Like, normally he, like, tries and maintains an air of, like, I'm better than you. But he was just, like, actually mad at Marcus. And made it very clear.
I mean, you would be too if someone, like, came to shake your hand and then just blew you up. Like the world's worst hand buzzer.
I could make another terrible joke, a la one that I did earlier with the status quo, but I don't think I should.
Do it.
Basically, in the voice of Hamilton's ensemble, crap, blow us all away.
No.
Never watched Hamilton.
You should. You should listen to the soundtrack. It's really good.
It's so good. It's so good.
So I keep hearing.
Please, Willow, please.
I'm just like, I just love that everyone is like got really mad. Like Ash, like threw one of the laser bears at him and was just like, "Ha, fucking idiot."
Oh, what were they calling the birds? Like seagull somethings?
Seagull slammers.
That's it. And then she just gets so mad at that nickname.
He doesn't even say what they are, though. He's like, that's not what they're called. It's like, Origin, what are they actually called, huh?
Like,
tell us. Only he can't because he's dead now.
He's not dead. He's just bound to his magic seal.
You stay there, Jen.
Okay, but if we grill Jay enough, can he have? Well, the epilogue's over with. Never mind. We'll just have Kier correct them and say it was bear blasters, or laser bears instead of bear blasters.
Laser bears.
Someone remind me later that I need to message Jay and be like, "So you promised to come on the podcast when Honor was over."
Yes.
We only have 92 episodes to cover.
I want to talk to Jay more.
Nollysians get put into the seal to atone for their sins.
See, I just feel like, now I'm thinking about it, I feel really bad for Jin. Like, I think I said it before, but like at some point I started pitying him, which I didn't expect. But like, can you imagine like basically living as this ball of anger for like 50 years because of the things that have been done to your comrades, and then by way of punishment, you are literally, like, shoved into a ball of writhing anger of, like, thousands of malevolent spirits?
Yeah, I guess.
Like, Jin is just a drop in a pond now, and that's kind of really sad.
I just realized something. Well, I just remembered something. Zelvetta is apparently continuing his tradition of having awesome abilities and the worst luck.
Yes, that's what Jay mentioned, that he like made a tier list that's like a combination of like abilities and luck and things like that. And I was like, so who has the worst luck and who has the best luck? And Batty is like not that powerful, but apparently has fantastic luck, and Zelvetta is really powerful but has the worst. You know, gets thrown into a wall and knocked unconscious for the entire fight. Gets a really cool moment to attack Jin with all his might and just whiffs it. Zelvetta did not land a single hit against Jin in the time we've known him.
It's gotta be just eating him up inside.
See, it's the kind of thing where I'm like, I'm sure he's driven mad by this, but I'm also sure he's very like, Jin is gone, Jin is in a seal, I don't have to deal with this stupid face ever again.
Yeah.
There was a line from, I want more Zelvetta answers, because there was the line from Jin of calling him the murder-addled son of that idiot clan.
Which clan? Like, is it... No, it would have been Horvin's old clan.
It was... I'm pretty sure it was Plan.
It was. I'm like 95% sure it was Clan.
I heard clan.
And then I thought I could make use of you. I was wrong.
Jin was wrong, everybody. He admits it.
Jin for worst father of the year? Narrowly beating out Kier's dad?
Well, it is a new year. Kira's dad can be last year, and Jin can be this year.
Okay.
Since we've been in Onorhant for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Does Ash's dad get the first award then?
Maybe it goes Kier's dad, and then as we learn more about Ash's dad, and then because we're getting to year 3, Jin.
Yeah.
And then Marcus's dad is somewhere in there, you know.
Well,
I'm sure
it's not his dad's fault so much. Like, his dad's really loyal, and he doesn't know about the whole, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty sucky that, like, he goes and tells his son, like, the most fulfilling thing you can do is to serve others when, like, but, like, it's hardly worst father of the year, earning.
Yeah. And then Juventus earns it somewhere along the line as, like, surrogate dad,
Oh, yeah.
and Tenwee, of course, and... yeah.
Hey guys, I gotta run now. I got stuff to do. Sorry for cutting out this early, but I gotta go.
That's fine.
It's
Have
okay.
fun.
Goodbye, Molly.
Bye.
Bye.
And also, I took 2 notes about Zelvetta. The other one is them being like, this is the 3rd most fucked up thing somebody's done to me. What are the
I was hoping
first
you'd bring
2?
that up, because I can't quote it.
What are the first 2?
The first one probably involves Jin, and the second one probably also involves Jin.
The first one probably involves, like, Zelvetta's existence.
That's really sad.
The first one is probably related to the Jin. The second one is probably Tenwee.
Maybe.
Because, I mean, he was, like, held as a criminal and stuff, and, yeah. There is a note that I was making, like, of something to do on the wiki that I wanted to point out, is the use of, like, non-English in this setting in a sense that doesn't necessarily always make sense. Like, there's one point where Marcus says something, and then says a different thing, and goes, that's probably the Latin, and it's like, yes, because Latin exists in the TI world. And it's like, I know what you mean. Like, Kier's song has lines that are in French. So, him calling his sword the magnum opus is, like, really funny and also slightly meta to me. It's like, I'm sure there's actually, like, there would be a term in universe for what that means. Like, that means the same thing. It's just really funny to me that it's like, alright, let's use that name, even though that technically doesn't make sense. The magnum opus is a really good name for a sword, though.
It is.
You know what would have been awesome is if he'd named it like the Ashtolan equivalent, but I don't think Jay's actually like tried to make the language yet.
I think there's like the barest semblance of the language that's like, okay, I need this term specifically, but not like
Yeah, we have
a working
light.
language. Yeah.
That's about it.
I expected it to sound so much prettier. And it didn't.
And they also have that completely nonsensical, like, saying that, Gregor said to make the raft inflate, the lantern raft.
That was also Ashtolan. Yeah, whatever the heck that was. The word of power.
That was really interesting to me, rewatching, because Shrouded Isles is like, if you rewatch it in from like a game perspective, it's a really clever arc, because he gives them a tool that works with a special word of power, and they activate the word of power, and it works, and they keep going. And then when they get to the Prison of Lights, they get a magic lamp, and you go, okay, how do you make this work? And they could have used the word of power, which they had just previously been learned, but instead they decided, like, what about the stolen word for light? And that worked. But it's like, even if they hadn't thought of that, there was a pre-designed thing in place. And it's like, oh, that's clever.
I just forgot.
I actually wonder if that would have actually worked or not.
Well, I mean, that's like a base rule of, like, games, is you introduce a concept, and then you return to the concept later, and you make it more complex or more intricate or whatever. So I'm pretty sure that would have worked. Let's see what
We'll
else.
have to ask Jay that.
There's his Eldritch Blasts are now Utter Dark Blasts. I would say that would be like just like a one-time phrase, but he uses it like 4 or 5 times.
Oh. When Ash first sees Marcus, she's like kind of low-key panicking. She's just like, Marcus, is that you?
Are you still in there?
And he's just like,
Remember who
what?
you are.
Oh, hi, Ash. What are you talking about? And it's just like, the way he was fighting, and like the manic grin being described and everything, I was thinking like maybe he is slowly losing himself, and like the thing I wrote is kind of coming true a little bit. And then Ash comes in and says like, what? No, what? I had no idea. I look so cool.
I think Marcus was just being smug because he was like winning, and there's like, oh, or he momentarily just kind of was out of it and didn't even realize it. See, now I wanted to recheck. There was that one Patreon thing that Matt posted, and I want to compare that to what happened now. There's the one, like, the non-canon short he wrote where Marcus, like, becomes a demon, and I want to read that. If I can find it.
That was a long time ago.
If they go back to the Shrouded Isles, and like Marcus has now 100% fully awakened his demon blood, like there's no question about it now.
Mm-hmm.
What's gonna happen to all the spirit folk living on the Shrouded Isles when all the other tieflings and demons and stuff are gonna start hunting Marcus? Because apparently those are really, really strong against spirit folk.
Presumably they will stay out of the way. Presumably, it will be like they won't be there when it happens because the gang travels a lot.
Well,
Don't even suggest them leaving the Shrouded Isles this soon after finally going back to the Shrouded Isles.
I kind of want to see Don't like just kicking all the demons' butts. Like, Don't is so sassy. She's got to have some level of kick-ass in there.
There's actually, the Utter Dark Blast is actually a spell that exists in some systems, like in Neverwinter Nights 2.
Oh yeah, the tentacle thing he was doing is a spell too.
That was one of the wild magic spells. This Eldritch Essence Invocation allows you to change your Eldritch Blast into an Utter Dark Blast. An Utter Dark Blast deals negative energy damage. Blah, blah, blah. Basically, it's a much stronger version of an Eldritch Blast. It's a Warlock spell.
Oh, wow.
I like the idea of, Inian, like, finally mastering an Eldritch Blast. And Marcus is like, look what I can do! She just stares at him like, when did you do that? When did you level up? I like seeing what Marcus can do now that he's like classed up makes me really excited for everyone else classing up in the future. Gregor's Gregor's current class is leader. Like, presumably he would. I'm curious as to what he'll class up into because, like, I mean, presumably he'd be like Ash and get the title of like Outrider or something. But and when Gregor shows up and is like, "Do you remember me?" And Jin says, "The moron from Yocho come to join the other moron."
I
Like,
love just like how Jin doesn't even want to admit in the slightest that Gregor actually beat him at arm wrestling. He just calls him the moron from Yocho.
I love that Jin is so mad that he's like deigned himself to insults. Like, normally he'd be like sly and subtle about it, or like devil may care about it, but he just calls him a straight up moron. Like,
Yeah.
just really doesn't so actually genuinely mad.
He's still salty about losing the arm wrestling match.
Oh yeah, you know he is. Especially because it kind of fucked him over.
Yeah.
Also Kier, when Kier is like, "Come on guys, let's go home," is like, I feel like everyone resonated with Kier in that moment and was like, "Yes, please, thank you."
Yeah.
Just go.
I want to see Don't and Charos again in the
I want to
shitty
see
bar.
Kilo.
Yes, and Kilo. And Xano, like, we saw him once and then never again. I want to see more of him.
I want to see more spirits. I want to see what they choose to do with their home now that they've returned, presumably with more people in tow. Like, I hope Batty comes home with them.
Mhm.
I hope that they, like, it's great. The Shrouded Isles is like, there's some game. It's like in games where you have, like, a little town and it's a small and, like, very empty place, and then as the gameplay goes on, more people keep coming and it just gets bigger and bigger. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's such a perfect spot for the gang to have their home, because while it starts out uninhabited, as they make friends, it can become more habited.
Yeah. You know what I want to see? I want to see they come back and Don't has gotten rid of all of the Kier.
Where did she put it?
No one knows. She found some poor slobs to pawn it off onto.
Isn't that canon? Didn't she do that to Z-Wing?
Yeah. She did, but there was more. There's always more.
Yeah, you can just make more.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, like, it'd be hilarious. Like, Kier gets home, he's like, all right, time to relax with a nice bottle of Kier. Hey, where's the Kier?
Yeah, he used up all the alcohol and Onorhant with.
Yeah. Onorhant has no alcohol left. And poor Morin still has no shop left.
Oh, Morin can come with, since there's
Yeah.
literally nothing
There's
left.
literally nothing left for him. At least over on Shrouded Isles, people will feed him for free, apparently.
And there's Thog.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can figure out more about their past relationship.
Yes.
I'm also not gonna lie, I'm like mildly disappointed that all of these brutal injuries that everyone has received are just gone because magic.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of the thing about Ash's magic, is it's not it's temporary, it's not a fix-all, and that's kind of why, like, taking injuries is such a huge thing. But then it's like, Kier's like, you know, one of his eyes is fogged over, and he's taking serious wounds, and his arm is all magicked up, and then suddenly he's fine, and Gregor loses
Well, he
a
said
leg.
Horavan helped him.
I know, but that's why I'm kind of mad about it. It's just
Yeah.
like, these people are strong and powerful and have magic, and therefore all the wounds that everyone has received up to this point that seem really, like, actually, like, concerning and critical are just
But
gone.
yeah, Kier didn't figure out the hand thing himself. He just had Horavan fix it.
Yeah.
That's frustrating because it's like a power of wills thing, and he didn't even do it. Ugh.
You know what I think? I think it's mostly because Jay and Jackson somewhere along the line agreed that Jackson shouldn't have to keep changing how the character portraits look every time someone gets a major injury.
Well, that's the thing, is that it's like, it's one thing if it's like, oh, someone gets, like, stabbed or something. It's like, okay, that's a major injury. But this is, like, serious critical wounds that would have affected them
Yeah.
as characters and as people.
Like, Ash had 9 holes in her.
Yeah. Well, like,
At
this
the
is...
same time, though, like, I'm happy that they're okay and not dying now.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm kind of annoyed that that more specifically the wounds that are like, oh, hey, this person, you know, like Gregor losing a leg were just kind of
We were
glossed
so
over.
close to having someone without a limb.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen.
Yes, like, here with a prosthetic arm was still the coolest fucking
It
thing
would
to
have been
me.
so fitting.
Like,
And
that's such...
Just
It's
imagine all
up,
the
but
prototype
no-
arms he would have gone through first.
Right?
There'd just be this big pile of mechanical robotic arms behind his house because he went through so many prototypes.
I'm laughing at the idea of Kier having a new arm every arc. Like, he starts out with something really simple, and then the next arc it's slightly more complex, and the next one is the same arm, it just says Kier in big letters on it, and the next one is like, you know, more complex, and then
he'd
this time
ever
goes
stop
on.
working on it.
Yeah, but instead it was just kind of like, oh, all the injuries are gone that people have sustained through this fight. And I, like, Kier's annoying me more than anything because it was just kind of written off that all this personal, like, pain he's gone through are just suddenly gone. Like, Gregor's is fine. Gregor's is like, you know, made a deal with a demon kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
gonna progress the story. Kier
Yeah.
magically
Kick him in the
pooping
butt
does
like
not
that.
help the story, and it doesn't help Kira's character.
And not to mention, like, Horvin's done that kind of stuff in the past, and it was very, like, violent. Like, healing was very violent. He shoved Kira in a river.
He used the river.
He shoved Kira in a river to drown out his screaming.
I just realized something, though, that I'm very disappointed now. Kier in an eye patch would have been awesome.
Yeah.
No, because he needs good perception. Otherwise...
I'm pretty sure Kier is already, like, blind as a bat, because most of T.I.'s characters seem to need glasses, but not wear them.
Yeah. I mean, like, Kier, he's had so many things explode in his face, it's a wonder he can see anything.
And Inian has
anything.
wizard cataracts, and
so does Marcus, apparently.
Actually has glasses, but never uses them.
Well, he just uses them to look cool.
I'm pretty sure they're reading.
I'm pretty sure Marcus is actually blind also. He just doesn't do anything about it. Like,
and Gregor can't smell anything. That at least.
He got his, didn't he get a sense of smell back? I'm pretty sure he did.
I don't remember.
When?
I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure he did.
When?
I think I remember there being some comment at some point about him being glad that he can't smell all the burning bodies or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and Iocho, he's like, I'm glad I can't smell this.
I know, but that was, I'm pretty sure it was like within the last arc that he got his sense of smell back, and it was like a subtle thing, but it happened.
Maybe when Fury brought him back?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, that would make sense.
Like when she made him her familiar, could have just been like, oh, and I can smell stuff now. Again.
I'm laughing at this. I'm reading the thing that Matt wrote. Don't bother trying to.
An adorable story idea.
Don't bother trying to move. He pauses for a moment and breathes heavily. That's a 5-point quintuple sacrifice seal with a half Nelson variation. This fight is over. Marcus looks up sadly at his one-time friend. It's all over. The bar, the detective agency, the pretzel franchise.
Oh yeah.
I haven't read this, so what?
It's on the Patreon. It's like Matt wrote, like way back when TI first started. He wrote what was effectively a fanfic about Marcus and like a bad end for him.
Yeah.
The pretzel franchise.
Yes.
It made me feel less bad about the horrible dark thing that I'd written. So I liked it for that, and it was also pretty good, like as a story. But yeah, I just had the most adorable story idea. If Gregor can smell now, then just imagine, like, he comes back to the Shrouded Isles, and he goes to hang out with Don't, and she's baking, and he's just like, I can smell how good your food smells.
Oh,
I know!
Because he never had his nose when he met Don't. Oh.
Yeah. It's so cute. I need to write this. Someone remind me to write this later.
Are you done talking about the episode?
I think so.
Because, very briefly, there was a new supplement.
Oh.
Wait, what?
The Bellroots one.
Oh yeah, I haven't read that one yet. I'm still on last month's.
If you are uneducated about this fact, Bellroots is the term for root seeker Silliphant and her girlfriend Aaliyah, who are really cute and canon girlfriends. And the first one was like way back in like March, I think, about them, and then there was another, and it was Silliphant hires Aaliyah as a bodyguard, and they go and look for the World Tree. And they run into a bunch of other World Trees that are not great. And then this month was about after they found the World Tree and how Silliphant is trying to move on with her life and also has a girlfriend now, and it's really cute.
I haven't read it yet.
You should. It's really.
Still on last month's chapter of High Tides, Higher Tempers. I am very distracted this month. There are many videos that keep coming out and preventing me from actually reading this.
I don't know why you saying like last month's chapter just makes me imagine like a monthly magazine of like sailor romance.
Basically what it is.
I just like this month, the new chapter of High Tides, Higher Tempers, next thing. And I love how gay Marcus is.
If I turn into a fangirl for that, I'm gonna blame Matt.
Good.
I'm gonna have to put him in a headlock again next Gen Con.
If I were to win the lottery and have a ton of money, all of a sudden I would try and figure out a cosplay for this Marcus, the cool one. I would cry about his hair, but I would try it anyway.
Well, if you got a long blonde wig and then you kind of half dipped it in a very light pink.
You'd have to the thing is that you'd have to do it the other way around. It's three strong tones. It starts blue, goes to like pink, purple, and then goes to yellow.
From bottom to top?
From top to bottom. It starts out blue at the top.
You sure?
Yeah.
It was yellow at the top.
It's
No,
blue.
it's yellow at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yellow at the bottom like a fire.
I
It's
drew
like
it.
the fire
I
is
know.
going down.
I know these things.
I'm losing my mind.
Yes, you are.
You could lie the wig down and then dye it
Yeah.
with a brush.
Or Marcus.
Then you'd have to
Marcus
go-
works, apparently.
You'd have to get a bunch of purple face paint for like a Mystique costume. Only you, Marcus.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the
And you
thing.
need bigger horns.
Yeah.
And a tail.
And a
The body paint would be like the pain to me, I feel.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering about the top, because I mean that is a really low neckline. Why can't I talk today?
I think that's cute. Like how when it, I love that his outfit changed. Like the magic was like, no, you need to look cooler.
Yes.
Like the flaming hair, like is very Hades, and like you could presumably hurt someone with that, but like the like a lower neckline that almost implies like actually having muscles, which we all know Marcus doesn't have, and like the MV, the MV stupid little belt buckle that I love with all of my heart.
Mhm.
Which is like, that was the first thing I noticed. Not the flaming hair, not the wing cape. The first thing I noticed about his design was the belt buckle.
I think his pants became leather too.
I don't think so.
I think the pants look like the only thing that look exactly the same.
Yeah.
The pants.
I want to
But
ask...
it's funny because
Oh, you go.
I was just gonna say that the neckline is shaped like a heart.
I want to ask Jackson if there's like a full body ref of that. Because I want to know what like his legs look like. Does he have like claws, feet, or something? What happened to his boots?
I want him to get higher heels so he's slightly taller.
Yeah, because Marcus needs to be taller. Because Marcus Tenhauser Velafi at 6 foot needs to be taller.
Well,
He's
he's not
reaching
as
for
tall
the
as
stars.
Horvin, therefore he's not tall enough.
Clearly.
I love this show so much.
I don't know. So that's the thing I need to talk about really quick, is that like I come from the YouTube fandoms. I was into Yog's Cast for a while, I was into Minecraft for a while. And the thing about those shows is that because by nature of having things in like a YouTube setting and like doing things like Minecraft, is that they oftentimes will, at least somewhat, there will be a story. Like it might be, oh, we're doing an adventure map and here's a story. Or there might be like, we're kind of like pseudo role playing for the sake of what we have to do. But the thing is that by very nature of how these people do it, like 99.9% of the time you are left disappointed by not fulfilling their potential. Like they'll come up with a cool story idea and never follow through. Series that are really neat and intricate are canceled or take forever to follow up on. And then there's TI, where not only do they meet my expectations, they by and far exceed my expectations on a daily basis. If someone had I was always like, man, it'd be super cool if Marcus went like full metamorphosis and turned into a demon, but I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. And then it happened, and I was like, this is cooler than I've ever imagined it in 100 years. Like
You've imagined it a few times.
I know,
too.
and it's so much cooler. And
Mad Shadows of Israfel never got finished.
Exactly. Like I love and am very, very, very proud of Thrilling Intent for being such a fantastic, well-made series with so much love and care, and not only following up on its potential, but exceeding its potential by very nature of what it does. Like, so many individual elements of this episode, I would have been like, Matt, like, okay, I'm gonna make a terrible joke that I made the other day, where if you said, they're going to, Narn and Gregor are going to be friends, I'm gonna go, that's super neat. If you went, Marcus goes full demon and looks super badass, I go, that'd be neat. If you went, the gang tabletops Jin to beat him and Ash delivers a badass one-liner, I go, that would be neat. That would have been enough. Dainu, but then all in one episode, and you're like, oh my god. Thank you, Thrilling Intent, for being the show, for being in my life. Thank you for being something that's so good and so worth watching to me. Thank you for being
the third wheel for being so awesome.
Thank you for meeting and exceeding your potential, unlike every other form of media in existence.
Thank you for not sucking.
Yes, that too. Thank you, extra special hard, for also not sucking.
And for listening to your fans.
Yes.
And talking with us.
Like, see, any of these things would have been enough. And together it makes TI a really, really, really good series.
It does. It's so awesome. I'm so happy to be part of the fandom.
Dainu.
So great.
Which, if no one gets it, it's a Jewish phrase that you say on Rosh Hashanah, on Passover, that basically means it would have been enough. And then, like, the whole song, the song gets stuck in your head for hours. Because, like, you literally just say Dainu over and over again, but it's really catchy. Man.
It's like that one song, it's literally just, like 4 lines, but it just gets stuck in your head forever because the beat's just so good.
Mm-hmm. Well, because he goes, Dainu, 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 and it keeps going, and it's like, oh god.
It will never leave.
Yeah. So, yeah. Basically, Thrilling Intent is a fucking amazing show, and it needs more people in its life. Like, I see all these people talking about your Critical Role in the Adventure Zone and all this other stuff, and I'm like, no. Thrilling Intent.
That's right.
Why does no one else get into Thrilling Intent?
I don't know. This show needs more fans.
Yes.
It deserves more fans.
I yearn for the day where TI has, like, a high enough budget and, everyone's working full-time on it, because then we're going to get even more stuff. Like, imagine, like, one of the things that I was kind of sad about the episode before this one is that when Kier showed up, and I was like, man, can you imagine how cool it would have been if just before when Kier showed up, an instrumental of his theme started playing? Because then it would start and you go, oh, I know that Kier, and then Kier would show up and you'd be like, yes, it's Kier, and it would be really cool. And
it'd be so great.
So,
you know
like,
what I want though? I want to unlock the Forbidden tier on Patreon so we can see the guys' faces when they're doing live streams and just watch their reactions to all the insanity that always happens.
We can see Faust's exasperation and potential pain in person.
I want to see the face he makes when he does the oh no's, because we didn't get to see that at Gen Con.
I want to see the face. I want to see him doing the Ojo-sama laugh again. There's a video of him doing it with Sophia, but I still want to see it again.
It's beautiful.
He's such a nerd. Like he does the thing too where you put your hand in front of your mouth, like, oh, it's just, it's so, what a nerd.
It's beautiful.
And I want to see Jay again. Jay's cute. He's got Thor hair. He's really adorable.
In the diva shirt.
Is that
have Thor hair, though.
When he
Thor.
I have a couple photos of him with him like holding his hair back, and he really just looks like Thor. Like, it's startling. So is there anything else you want to talk about?
Ooh, do we have an idea for next arc?
Oh,
Other
they said it's going to be because they did the campaign contest, and I'm going to guess at least maybe the next 3 arcs are going to be campaign contest submissions. They said that they're going to. I don't remember where, but I know they said they're going to try and make them shorter, like more like Deck of Disasters than like So like Deck of Disasters or Wizard High School that are much shorter.
That would be good.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm very excited. Presumably because it means we'll also be going other places. So.
Yeah,
And
lots of them.
Pre-existing characters as companions, because that was one of the things. Like, who do you want to see come along with the gang?
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get Don't. Maybe we'll get some of them. Some characters we haven't seen in a while. Again, like Don't, who we haven't seen in like a literal year.
I want to see Don't.
Whatever
I
happened?
want to see Don't meet Inian.
Whatever happened
I
to
wanna
Don't
see that
song?
song.
Whatever happened to Don't song?
Oh yeah, we need a Don't song. Somebody asked for this on Patreon.
Well,
I don't have the money.
Wasn't that like that was the intro to the first April Fool's Day thing? Was
Yep,
like
it
2
was.
lines
It
of
was
Don't
Don't.
song, and it's been a year and
And
a
then
half.
Cures. And then it became Cure song. We got Cures, but we never got Don'ts.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I have someone at my door to pick up a leather jacket they forgot at my house.
Okay. So, it'll be great, presumably, and the gang also needs to sit down and talk to each other. So presumably that's gonna happen. I love Ash just being like, okay, no more. I'm gonna ditch this whole premise of questions, and we just need to go over each other.
Yeah, we just need to go over our entire relationship.
Like, gather around the campfire, part 2.
Okay.
All right, so
That'd be
Marcus,
nice.
what's your deal? Why did you turn into a literal like Ghost Rider demon? I hope Marcus gets like an alt puppet of that where he like spreads out his wings and his hair gets all flamey and he actually looks like terrifying. Basically, I want Marcus to use this to his advantage. I want at least one scenario where Marcus has to fight somebody and he just scares them away.
But he's such a huge nerd. How can he ever?
Well, like, that's the thing, is imagine you're about to face down this scrawny blonde guy, and you're like, yeah, what's he gonna do? And he turns into a literal demon with flaming hair. And you're like, okay, no, fuck that. Like, that's what I want to happen. I want that to happen. Also, I think that that's probably one reason why this will not be permanent, is because Jackson would have to draw, like, another 2 dozen puppets. Just Marcus and all his old poses. That'd be really fun, actually, is just redrawing old Marcus poses with his new, like, the demon outfit.
The one with his arms outstretched. He's like Markus Velafi.
Like, yeah, because he looks so, like, innocent in a lot of those, or just, like, very purposefully, like, flamboyant, and then you just, like, add, the flaming hair and all that. It's like, huh. Like the one with him when his hands are on his knees and he's like keeling over.
Yeah.
I'd want to see the one where he's like scared, where he's got his hands like to the side.
Yeah, he's like jumping
The one
back.
I mean. Yeah.
So this would be interesting because he doesn't have like pupils anymore. His eyes are on fire, kind of.
Yeah.
I think that's it. We should probably wait for Willow, but she's not here yet.
I wanted to actually briefly come back to what Zeke said, or well, Zeke didn't say it. The motherfucking barrel ripper said it. Sorry, that's hard to say. He said that Aaron broke the taboo, so I'm guessing that she ate a spirit when she was in Onorhant and not before that.
It's been a while since we don't know exactly how long since the Outriders disbanded, so it's possible that it was recent, but it's also possible that she's been to Onorhant within like the past like year, however long, and also
Yeah.
broke it then. But yeah, it's probably while in Onorhant. If only because that's at least like a thing that has happened in Onorhant. It might be where she learned of it.
Well, then I'm wondering who did she eat and why?
And how did she learn of it?
She did target Zeke specifically. So
because
something.
because Aaron really needs to become more violent.
I love that about her. I'm sorry, Doc.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just I realized that with Thog drinking the blood before, and Ash doing the whole devouring thing, and then suggesting that Marcus do it. Basically, they've all eaten spirits in some extent.
Except for Gregor. But he got healed with a fuck ton of AO, so just kind of technically by like transitive property.
Yeah.
It's just blasphemy everywhere.
I keep trying to come up with a clever way to imply that, like, because there's the line from Gregor during Gods Are Gone, which is drink no spirits, eat no flesh, and I like to think that Aaron saw that and was like, I have a loophole. It doesn't say the opposite. It doesn't say the opposite. I also noted that, like, when we saw Erin in the past, her voice was kind of slightly different. Like,
oh, yeah.
This one, she's just very shouty, but I like that. I like that Erin is excessively violent.
I know.
And very angry about, like, things in general.
Welcome back, Willow.
I wonder if breaking the taboo the first time is, like, what changed her very much. Like, she seems... I don't want to say she seems, like, excessively angry because we don't know what she was like. But I can't imagine Gregor being really good friends with someone that mad. I can't imagine someone that mad having friends.
Yeah, I mean, like, they probably wouldn't have encouraged that too much in the Outriders either, because, I mean, they slay monsters a lot, but, like, they're also a team. They kind of got to respect each other.
Yeah, so that might have been, like, a catalyst to the change in her personality or whatever.
Probably a number of things. Like, probably the whole destruction of the Outriders probably had something to do with that as well.
I want them to go over it at some point, and I want Ash to mention that she was cut in half by a chick in a blue coat, and Gregor be like, wait a minute. Like, why does this never come up? Damn it!
Yeah! I want to see Gregor's reaction to realizing that his old friend nearly cut his current friend in half.
I love that Gregor's, like, three of Gregor's friends all eat spirits. Just like, Gregor, how did this happen to you? How do you attract these people?
This poor cinnamon roll just has the worst luck when it comes to people.
Mm-hmm. Does this mean... See, now my question is, does this mean that Zilvetta and Aaron would be friends, or would they have, like, such, like, explosively violent personalities that they would just not get along at all?
Who knows?
See, now it just occurred to me that the longer that Narn hangs out with the group, the more they're going to, like, be passive and get along with them, and I think that's great.
That would be interesting.
It is.
That's something I kind of like about Narn, is that their personality wavers a lot.
Oh dear, Narn coming back to the Shrouded Isles.
Narn went to the Shrouded Isles.
I know.
But if they go
but
back,
staying long term?
I feel like bad things would happen.
I feel like it'd be great if they did, like, you know, in you know that there's, like, that montage in Lilo and Stitch where Lilo tries to teach Stitch to be like Elvis,
like Elvis Presley.
Yeah, and they have like a dance number and all this stuff, and like all these like menial things trying to get Stitch to like get along. It's just that, except with Narn.
It's so cute.
Like trying to teach Narn to be friendly, but no one wants to be around them.
Yes. I love it.
Also, Jay. I hope Jay doesn't blow out his voice again doing their voice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Should be more careful about that.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to pick easier voices is what he needs to do.
Yep.
Also true.
Alright.
Predictions for the next episode, maybe?
Well, the next episode is the epilogue.
It's just who would they bring with
Please bring Zelvetta. I will be sad if they bring Zelvetta because we won't get Zelvetta answers, but I'll be too happy about the prospect of more Zelvetta to be sad.
I also want I want Morin to come along because poor man just needs a vacation. I want Aaron to show up so we can get that settled. Otherwise, they're gonna have to find a way to make her appear wherever they go next. I lost my train of thought.
I want Inian and Colvin. Would they come back or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Inian
Probably.
needs to come back because she's I can't remember which thing it was, but she was in one of the post Onorhant extra videos.
She was in
Splendor's Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Inian has made it clear she cares about these people, very explicitly.
As much as she hates it.
She cares.
She gave Ash a hug.
She did.
Also, Ash needs to have a talk with Inian, so of course she's going to come back because they're going to have an adorable talk and hopefully finally confess that they actually like each other in any aspect and aren't just reluctant friends. They're actually friends.
Yeah.
Damn it, guys.
Oh yeah, I also want Ash and Marcus to actually have a talk and not just constantly be like, we need to talk, and then they never talk.
I mean, they had a talk in romance, but that was more of a things are hard.
That's more of a you're not doing so great right now, are you? No, I'm not. I need to go be alone for a while.
Yeah.
Mm.
Is that it?
Yes.
Well, I'd want I don't really know. I'm kind of torn on whether or not I'd want Nan and Fury to come along. I mean, on one hand, I'd like to find out more about their motivations and stuff because
Also Fury to come along.
yeah, she's a great character. But at the same time, I don't know if they seem like the sort of characters that would stick around.
I mean, Gregor has a magic clarinet that can call 9 at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
And call Fury.
Yeah.
No, it called. Or did it call Fury?
It's supposed to call Fury. You just do a few quick doots on your clarinet, and they'll come running. Especially if there's a dragon. Please call me right away if there's a dragon.
Yeah. So.
And yeah, obviously I'd want Aaron to show up.
Mm-hmm.
And for her and Fury to finally meet and finally give us a definite answer on whether or not they know each other.
Yeah, the thing with seeing them both walking through Gregor's verse world kind of seems to imply that they both know Narn.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because it was there were a lot of Jay said that there were many people, but those two were the ones he pointedly was here and here. Yeah, so.
Well, who knows?
It
All
kind
right.
of breaks my heart a little bit thinking about how he was calling for Aaron.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Poor cinnamon roll.
The one other outrider remaining on the planet, and is the one who's tried to kill his friends multiple times.
Yeah.
Anyway. If you'd like to listen to more episodes of the podcast, you can find us at spiritfolksaturdays.tumblr.com. If you want to join the TI Skype chat, feel free to Fuck! It's the first time that's the only part I mess up, and it's the first time in months I've messed it up.
It's okay, Elfy.
If you want to join the TI Skype chat, feel free to shoot us an ask with your Skype name. We'd be happy to have you. Thanks for listening. We'll see everybody next week. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.